Alright, so this is a video presentation on open and closed kinetic chains. The difference between an open and a closed kinetic chain. Usually an open kinetic chain will allow your hands or your feet to perform an exercise open, and there's no entity blocking the movement or transferring the force. The activity asks that I perform an exercise that's a progression and a regression, and so the way I'll be doing that is, just by changing the angle of force in a lot of cases, and utilizing in some cases a first and a second class lever. So we'll start off with an open kinetic chain exercise for the upper body. We're going to go with a tricep extension. So it's where the hand extends up and down. So that's basically a tricep extension. It can be done in any angle, but it is a single joint movement. So progression for that, I believe, is to use gravity as a resisting force, and have the muscle starting from a lengthened state, and then it shortens to this concentric contraction. That's a progression. Regression, elbow in, stable to the body, and you push back. So there's less gravity. You're displacing your center of gravity, and then making it regressive. A closed kinetic chain for the upper body is going to be a push-up. So I'll just demonstrate quickly a push-up. I'm just going to have my wife hopefully tilt the camera so that my push-up can be seen. But the energy, the chain goes into the floor, which is making it a closed kinetic chain. So for regression, we're going to angle the push-up. So we're going to do it on an incline. What that'll do is displace my center of gravity, therefore reducing the force. This is still a second class lever move, but with my center of gravity being my pelvic region, it will reduce the angle of force in the push-up. Progression, we're going to go into a decline. So I'm going to elevate my center of gravity above my shoulders, which will put extra demand on the exercise. Can you see? That's progression. Now for the lower body, we're going to go with leg extension. Again, open kinetic chain, just due to the fact that, again, single joint movement. Sometimes it can be more, but my leg just extends my feet, leaving the chain open. Progression, actually we'll start with regression. Regression, I'm going to start from the ground. Center of gravity touching the surface. Actually, we'll call this progression. There's more gravity to fight against. Regression of a leg extension would be just sitting. Seated, center of gravity straight against its surface, leg out, extended. Closed kinetic chain, we're going to use a split squat or a lunge. So feet hip width apart. Just going to make two right angles, one with the back leg, one with the front leg, and then up again. Regression would just be a step down and then up. And that creates some force. Your center of gravity has to come down and then up. Progression is going to be a jumping split squat. So you're going to jump and land. The dynamic energy, the momentum, center of gravity coming down faster, the acceleration of the concentric or the eccentric has to absorb, and then it's a concentric contraction. Very dynamic, much more demanding. I believe that's it.